did a sneak peek of this a while ago over on Releases and Rants, where we were talking about the fact that Adept Cosmetics had kind of sneakily given us an idea of this new Rainbow Raider palette, and it's a multi-use palette. Now, I've taken these pictures from Makeup on Your Radar's Instagram account, so thank you very much for that. But let's discuss this new limited edition release. This is available right now for €65.95, and as I said, it is a limited edition. There's lots of codes to get money off if you are interested. Now, what they're trying to do here is essentially emulate their success of the Ketracel White palette, because that was a multi-use palette as well that had like lots of mixed pans. Where this is quite different is instead of it being very translucent, this has much more colour in it. And they say themselves on their website, another fugly palette designed for the face but safe for eye use and inspired by the Flash villain Rainbow Raider, featuring 4 powder iridescent rainbow highlighters with 0 white cast. This palette is 100% free of talc, glitter, oil and BHT, and the palette is also vegan. Now, I feel like this is going to work better for those who have a deeper skin tone. I feel like this would look quite too much on me as a face palette. Probably as an eye palette it would look totally fine. However, I would struggle with this as an eye palette because the pans are quite small and I'd struggle to get either a brush or my finger in there. So for me, I kind of wish they had split things up a little bit more, but again, I'm just being pernickety. And the swatches themselves do look lovely. Do you see what I mean about me saying that I couldn't really use this as like a highlighter because it would just look a little bit too much for me? I think the shades themselves are fabulous. If it was up to me, I'd have just taken the 2 pans over on the right hand side and maybe made them into like 8 individual little pans so that then you could legitimately have them as highlighter, because I think the 2 pans over on the left hand side where there's more deep colour, I would really struggle with that. And I kind of vibe with the fact that the cover of the palette itself is like the complete opposite of the Ketracel White. There's something very, very like aesthetically pleasing about that. Now, each of these pans are actually removable. They're 32 so keep that in mind, and they have approximately 3.8 grams of product. So for €65, it's not actually that bad, and I will say that Adept's formula, beautiful. Really, really, really like what I have from them so far. However, I won't be picking this up simply because the colours are just not something that I feel would work well with my skin tone. This feels a little bit too disjointed for me. If it had been edited down further, I probably would have gotten it. So actually, you know what? Totally grand that they did that because I cannot afford more things. It just, in my opinion, feels a little bit disjointed, but I do really enjoy Adept Cosmetics and their formula overall. So if you are looking at this and thinking, ooh, I like that, you won't be disappointed. Their stuff is very, very good, very high quality. But as I said, this one just isn't for me. And that's fine. I do love that they as a brand kind of follow their passions, because all their stuff is like very like inspired by Marvel, DC, etc. Like Green Arrow, Flash, Star Trek, all of that sort of thing. And I love that they're kind of infusing their 2 passions together. Like that really, really appeals to me. But let me know what you guys think down below, because I'm nosy and I like to get your opinion.